7:55 for this Wednesday, December 27th. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Mitch Taylor. It is very cold here in Escanaba this morning as I make my way back into the office this week. I got to my office and I somehow had turned off the heat here in the office, which probably wasn't a good idea. So we're at minus 10 outside right now. Good morning, Casey Keller. And we are 32 degrees in my office because I forgot to turn the heat on. Awesome. Slowly climbing. Looks like it's 39 or so right now as we climb up here. Today, topic we're going to talk about here on Wednesday. Let me throw it up on the screen. Good morning, Wes. Good morning, Alan Marshall. Good morning, Joe Locke, Tom Heath. Thanks for being here. True friends don't always agree. And I think this is a very true statement, something that I think we always need to take heed from time to time. But realize, does a true friend have your back? You may disagree, and that's fine. In fact, I'll get to pile on the nice here right now before we get to the content. I just wanted to introduce the content here first for you. Piling on the nice today for two gentlemen who are in some ways in the background in my life, but have definitely had a huge help with me over the years. The first one, Alan Marshall. I love it, Alan. Hope you're doing well across the pond, my friend. Good morning, Wes. So the first one is a guy who, if I look up leadership in the dictionary, I see his picture next to it. And that guy has been a quiet leader over the years for me. He's someone I've learned a lot about leadership from. He's the man who first gave me the concept of you have to put people in the right seats on the bus. You can have the right people on the bus, but they could be in the wrong seats. And that goes, obviously analogy to your business. And that is Ron Brown. Ron Brown out of Wichita, Kansas. Guy I cruised with this past year for the Mobile Beat Cruise, which is upcoming again next year. Good morning, Keith Allen. Ron is just one of those guys who's a quiet leader who does great things in his market. Good morning, Carlos, who is a guy who's constantly driving to push the industry forward, but in probably one of the most quiet ways you've ever seen. For example, just he and I talking about what we can do to make the Mobile Beat Cruise, bigger and better, and him planting the seed in me to help, grow that and build that more. And so Ron's been very influential for me from a standpoint of growing my business, growing Midwest DJs Live and other entities, if you will. The other guy I want to pile on the nice for today is a guy who I've looked up to, who's been my best friend with me through thick and thin here in the Upper Peninsula and beyond, frankly. Good morning, Brock. And that is Lee Haynes. Lee Haynes is retired from the DJ industry now, but he's a guy who has always had my back. He and I have been through so many things. It's not even funny. A great guy, a great family man, a great father, and someone who I look up to greatly. I just a lot of greats there. But Lee is an amazing guy. There's no one I would want to have my back more than Lee Haynes. So thank you, Lee. Thank you, Ron, for your inspiration, your leadership, helping me mold and shape me in my life and grow me into being a better man ultimately. So thank you, Lee. Thank you, Ron. If you know those two gentlemen, please use the hashtag POTN, tag them in this video, and say something nice as we pile on the nice today for Lee and for Ron. So in regards to content, true friends don't always agree. And this is actually spawned by Lee and I, actually, where we, frankly, have not always agreed. I remember back in the day of a looming decision for a industry group. Good morning, Howard. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you, Howard. And there was a looming decision we had to make locally in regards to an industry group. And Lee and I were on complete opposite sides of the fence. And me, pause for coffee, and me in regards to being the strong red that I am, the driving guy, the guy that's just going to say it to get it done and move on with the next thing, we were butting heads over this decision big time. And I don't know what it was that made me take a step back. Probably my wife, frankly, because my wife, as the blue-green personality, is way better, I should say, at taking a step back and analyzing a moment and seeing the forest from the trees, if you will, at that point in time. And my wife was like, you don't really mean that. Like, you don't really, you're not getting this upset about this one little thing. You and Lee have something way bigger than that. And it's true. And I think that's something you have to realize, is sometimes to take that step back, gain perspective, and realize that true friends don't always agree. And that's okay. And so I just wanted to take this time out to give you that quick little nugget this morning. Oh my goodness. I apologize for yawning, guys and gals. It's just early in the day for me here as we get started. Kind of in between the work week, but of course you got to hustle as an entrepreneur. I took a couple days off here and now back at it as we get rearing up for bridal show season here at Tailored Weddings and many other endeavors here in the future for January upcoming and beyond. So true friends don't always agree. I hope that's something you can take to heart today. Store in the back of your mind for that moment, that time when you may not, want to go to butt heads with your best friend and not agree on something. So if you know Ron Brown, if you know Lee Haynes, please pile on the nice for them today. Use the @ symbol, tag them, use the hashtag POTN acronym for pile on the nice, and say how Lee or Ron have impacted you in your life. Thanks so much for watching live at 7:55. But we'll see you back tomorrow morning for Thursday here as we roll towards the end of 2017 and the beginning of 2018. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.